Hey guys, welcome back to the FPL xGod podcast for Game Weekly OD of XG. So this was my best game week of the year. As I predicted in my title for last week's video, this was my GOAT week. My game week rank was approximately 45k. After the hits, it was like 72k. So I'll definitely take that. I got like 146 points. But that was expected given I had like 6 players from the United Liverpool games and I made 3 changes. But yeah, overall very happy with my team, and we'll discuss a little bit in the review and the preview, but not much to talk about. The changes also will be kind of forced and like intuitive because there are just 3 game weeks left and this is a blank game week, so I just have to get rid of the players who aren't playing. So yeah, let's get into it. So as I said, this was my best game week ever. I have a rank of 40k overall now, like within the 40k, and my target for top 10k is still there, but like it's unrealistic now given I'm like around 50 points behind the top 10k and the 3 game weeks remaining. But I'll be very happy to maintain the top 50k. So let's hope for that now. As of the game week, if you see, my team did pretty well. My free transfers, all of them worked out. Pickford got 12 points, whereas Mendy got 11 and Foster got 10. Yes, I took a -4 for that, but Mendy blanks this week, so I'd have to remove him for a -4 anyway. Digne played much better than Holding. Like Holding got like 8 or 9 points. I take the Digne 14. And Calvert-Lewin got 11 points. Kane got like a 2 or something. So I'll take the 11 of Calvert-Lewin given he has better fixtures ahead too. So all in all, good transfers. Everything's going fine. But now comes the main part, the double. Well, let's talk about my other players for a second. Castagne was a disappointment. Shaw, I'm very surprised. Iheanacho was fine. Jota came well in this final game. Salah also, that last minute goal sealed it. Bruno and Greenwood gave the same points. Actually, I was kind of confused for captaincy for both, and they gave the same amount of points, so I'm happy. And it was also my best captain decision, like no one else got more points than them, so I'm happy about that. And no one on my bench did better than anyone who played. Like yeah, Keenan Davis gave 1 more point than Shaw, Castagne, but that's fine. Yep, I think I'm set for the run-in. I just have to keep making the transfers that I've planned for and not get too distracted, and I'll be fine. So if we move ahead for the next week, I've already made 1 change, and that's Castagne to Dallas. I did not want to miss on the price rise, and I made like 5 minutes before the price rose. Yeah, if you look at the team, it's a pretty good team for the blank. Yeah, maybe I'd have changed Semedo if I could. And currently, I will be benching all 3 of my United players and not selling them. Because if you look at their fixture, they play Fulham and then Wolves. Fulham is a very nice fixture, especially if it's at home and the fans are coming back. So I'll be very happy with that. And Iheanacho and Keenan Davis are my only worries in the playing 11 right now for this week. Iheanacho is definitely going out for Mikel Antonio. So Antonio's fixtures are very good. The only concern for me was that upcoming Brighton fixture, but given Veltman won't be fit and Dunk is suspended, I think I'll take my chances with Antonio. As for Keenan Davis, this is the one I'll make a last minute decision on if I want to take an extra -4 and go for Bamford, or I want to stick with Keenan Davis. He's like a 1-pointer given Ollie Watkins is back, and if I think Bamford will give me 5 or more points, Bamford's a way to go. So that's where I'm stuck at, but other than that, I think I'm pretty set with my team. I love the run-in for Everton, except for the last City game, but yeah, that's fine. Liverpool have a great run-in, United have good fixtures. I think I have a good team for the final thing, and holding on to the top 50k. So yeah, let's see how that goes. I'll just do a quick free hit draft after this for anyone who has a free hit remaining. But other than that, it's just the Mac versus Charlie after this. And do remember that we have game weeks upcoming fast. So if you look at the one after that, so this deadline is Friday late night IST, and for game week 37 is Tuesday night IST. And then we have the final one on Sunday where every team plays together for game week 38. Yeah, so you don't have too much time to think or change. So you have to have your plan prepared on what you're going to do. And do remember, this is the time where you go for differentials, you go for your mini league wins and your top 10k pushes, top 100k pushes, everything. So differentials are a must. I will talk more about that in my free hit section right now. So for the free hit draft, I'm assuming everyone has around 103 million. I won't go 103.8, but that should be a reasonable number. So first, let's look at who have the best fixtures, right? That's how you go about free hit. First, remember, 4 teams do not play this week: Chelsea, Arsenal, Leicester, and Manchester United. So we cannot pick any players from those teams, obviously. But other than that, the teams that have a good fixture, I'd say, are Everton, Liverpool, Spurs in a way. West Ham Brighton is a good fixture. I'm not really sure who is it good for. Probably West Ham though. Then Leeds and Manchester City. These are the ones I would be targeting. So Manchester City is an interesting one because whoever you go for, it will end up being a punt. So you have to be aware of that. And that's why I have a semi-decent bench, but always have the risk of having that one pointer from the guy who comes on. So for the keeper, I'd say if you have the money, just go for Edison. Like he's the only person guaranteed to play a game in that City lineup, and he's always good. I would definitely get Dallas in. That's a no-brainer. For strike, I would definitely get Calvert-Lewin in, and now it's up to you. I would probably have Kane in over there because like you do not have to have the extra premium players like a Bruno Fernandes or someone. Salah is a slight risk given Mane was benched today, like benched as in rested. It might just be Salah's turn to rest next game, but I still can't see myself going without a Salah. So yeah, he's there. As of now, like no one matches Trent, so Trent stays. And then you just gotta work around this. So let's say I take the cheapest defender who is like has been decent, so we'll just sort it by form. And unless we go for a Diogo Jota, Nat Phillips is a good option. Thomas doesn't play. Stroik, unless I go for a Bamford and a Rafinha, Stroik is a good option. For now, we can just put in Mitchell. He plays the games and he's playing a semi-weekend Aston Villa. I think he's fine over there. We can also go for someone like Reece Williams, but like I'd rather go for Mitchell and not use up my Liverpool quota. As for the mids, I would definitely look at Rafinha. Rafinha is one of the best creators in the league. You do not want to miss out on him when he's in form. The second keeper can be Foster, that's fine. So we have like 40 million for 6 players, which might not sound the best, but it's because like 2 of them are defenders. So if you look at defenders, who have the best fixtures? So City, Leeds, Liverpool and Everton. I'd go for Digne. Digne looks like he's attacking and he has had many chances. Like you do not want to miss out on him. If James and Sigurdsson both are playing, I would be a little skeptical about Digne's attacking returns, but he still is a good defensive short over there. On top of that, I would go for someone like a Diaz. He plays every single game and is not that much of a risk. You can also look at Stones if you don't want to put in that much money, or Cancelo if you have the money for him. So if we can just put Stones for now, we have to, like 29 million for like 4 players. This one has to be a guy who doesn't really play and is for our bench, so we can just sort it out by 4.2 mil. The people who really come in this bracket aren't the best, so like I would any day go for Emil Smith Rowe, but he doesn't play this week, so we can just like have him as a placeholder for now. I'll just go for Oliver Burke. He plays strike, so worst case scenario he comes on. And along with that, let's see if we want so you can always punt on a Bale, but for this week my vote goes for Riyad Mahrez. I don't think there's a when you should look at his numbers for the per game stats. He's brilliant, and if Pep decides to play his best teams for these final games before the UCL final, I think Mahrez should play and return. It's between Mahrez, Foden. For me, I wouldn't go back to Gundo, but Mahrez and Foden look like the best options for me. And I'd stick with Jota over here. And as for the final striker, I'll go with Antonio. Like, if you just look at this, you have a lot of money over here. So you can always go for someone like a Bale over a Jota or a Son over a Jota and change around with those things. You can have a Diaz over Stones. So you can. This is just a draft. You might think that Edison is not the best keeper. You might want to go with Pickford and save money. You might think that Robertson is the better attacker, but you will be wrong. You have to go for Trent right now. There's no one like him. And yeah, this is just a draft, and given there are only 16 teams to look at, it's much easier to make a free hit draft for these kind of weeks. I think I've covered most of the things that you need to worry about free hit. Oh, a captain. So captaincy, I would go with Salah. One thing about DCL I will talk about for my team also, I will not give him the armband because he has had more than 1 attacking returns or double digit returns only 3 times this season. So his ceiling isn't the best. If Salah is playing, there's no one I will look beyond. I don't know why I'm considering Trent as a captain option, but it's mostly going to be Salah. I wouldn't look past him. But yeah, that's my team. I'll be making Iheanacho to Antonio and maybe Davis to Bamford. And I'll go with that 11. Yep, thank you for watching. You can move on to the Mac vs. Charlie section, episode 5 right now. For next week, I have a special guest from my college, and he's actually doing pretty decent FPL this year. This is the first year playing seriously, and he's done pretty well. So stay tuned to see who that special guest is, and you can move on now. Welcome to episode 5 of Mac vs. Charlie. So I would say I won this week. There's still a few games left. We are here before the Chelsea-Arsenal game. And as of now, I had Kelechi, who got 9 points and he's done with his games. Trent, who got 6 points with a game in hand. And Mason Greenwood with 18 points with a game in hand. So I'm on 33 with 2 games in hand.
I had Cavani
with 7 with a game in hand.
Zaha.
4 all games done.
And I forgot my defender.
Luke Thomas. So he got you like 9 points. So you're on 20 with 1 game in hand. I'm on 33 with 2 games in hand. So
watch a Cavani 4-goal game coming in tomorrow.
I haven't utilized my forfeit that well. Like, I'm just giving a tribute to City.
Yeah.
Main man.
What's that score right now?
3-1.
3-1. You know what happened when Braun was down 3-1?
Yeah.
Comeback season.
Yeah, for that you need to be Braun.
Arey. You have
So
to believe.
are you calling me a 3-peat team?
But Boris didn't 3-peat. They choked a 3-1 lead.
Almost.
That's the only one that matters.
Almost hat-trick team. But yeah, so he's wearing white also perfectly. So you care to explain your background?
I'd rather not.
So so when Bhavya just started watching football without knowing much, he just supported Tottenham the first season. Since then, he's been a proper Arsenal fan. So just to celebrate St. Nottingham's Day, I have that up. It's soon gonna be there. But yeah.
With this still catchable, no?
Yeah. 3 games in and 4 points behind. So
the bottle job is coming.
Nottingham's Day will happen soon. Not yet. But yeah, going ahead with the blank game week.
Yeah.
So you again get first pick.
I want to start with the midfielder this week first.
You went with mid last time also, I feel.
Yeah, I think I took Zaha last time first off. Yeah, I'm going to take the man right behind you, Gundogan.
Oh. I thought you'd go for this man.
I don't know.
I'm considering him for FPL.
He's a lot more expensive, right?
Yeah. He might not be fit for our kind of vibe.
Yeah, for our format, it doesn't work. Yeah.
So, Gundo, I think they'll play their best team now on they have weeks. This EL final, they'll just keep going till the final game, maybe.
They're just playing Newcastle, bro. Let's see what happens.
So for my mid, I'll go for Jesse Lingard against Brighton. Dunkless Brighton is not the best Brighton, so I'll risk on that.
Bro, it's a nil all coming.
I take it, but not really.
Yeah.
Then I'll go for forwards.
Okay.
I'll go for DCL.
DCL against Sheffield.
Yeah. Sheffield look like they're back to being. They're like 1 win under Heckingbottom, I think. That's it.
They are relegated for a reason.
All 3 relegations are decided now. So
I'm gonna set off your Lingard pick with Antonio.
Ooh. I thought you'd go with like a Bamford type.
No. If one kills the other way. If one does, another won't.
I'll take it.
I think Antonio can kill without Lingard.
I think
Lingard can also kill without Antonio. Yeah.
I'm 90% getting Antonio as of now in my FPL. Like the audience would have already seen my FPL team selection.
Yeah.
Like just for the audience, I shoot this one day before I do the team selection because I try to do the team selection after every single game, so I have as much info as I can to share.
And it's close to the next week starting, right?
Yeah, it hampers my viewership because it's on the last day and many people have made their changes. Yeah. But I think it makes the viewers more into my thing.
It's more accurate.
Yeah. So now your turn to go for defenders.
Defenders or goalkeepers, right?
Yeah. I've thought about it previously, but never.
I'm between 2 Liverpool, I'm between Robertson or Alisson.
Oh no, then definitely Robbo.
So let's go for Robbo.
If you have the cash, I haven't really checked.
Yeah, I think I have the cash.
Who was your mate? Gundo, right?
Gundo.
Yeah, you have more than enough money.
Gundo and Antonio. So
yeah,
I think
you're fine.
Yeah, I'll take Robbo.
I was a little scared when you took Antonio and not Bamford. Because then I got a feeling you're going for my defender who I've planned the entire thing on.
Who?
It's Stuart Dallas.
Why?
I'm bringing him in FPL this week. I was...
Against Burnley?
They have the best run-in. I'm going by the run-in.
Sick.
I'm getting... So I'm getting... what's his name? Dallas for sure. And I'm either getting Antonio or Bamford. I'm leaning towards Antonio as of now.
I again had him on my bench this week, bro. I don't know how it keeps happening.
This week everyone had. This week you
can't. I don't know how it keeps happening.
This week you have to take it with a pinch of salt. I've sold Edward Mendy. Can it get worse? I've taken a -4 to sell Edward Mendy and he makes a pen save.
Wait, didn't you bench Foster also?
Yeah, and my bench keeper has made a pen save. But it's fine. I still believe Pickford will give 4 more points, more than 4 more points than Edouard Mendy over the season, especially with the blank next week.
Yeah.
So that I made that
Why?
change only because of that.
The immediate pain.
Yeah. I was so happy when they'd already conceded no clean sheet, and then Aguero decides to take that Panenka.
Unnecessary, but no worries.
So what's our tie-up points? Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. Oh. Okay. It's a blank, but okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's basically
18.
a normal game week.
I'm shooting for 18. 6, 6, 6.
I'll go for 21. 7, 7. I want the bonuses.
So 19 who wins?
It's basically 2019.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good luck. FPL
Best of luck, buddy.
auctions and everything else.